With the start of school fast approaching, Kilgore ISD is prioritizing safety and security. As KLTV7's Christine Guevara reports, new measures have been added for their students and staff.
This summer, Kilgore ISD added a new safety pass-through window at the middle school front office and administration office.
So now that people can come into our middle school campus, talk to us, do whatever they have to do by passing things in through the pass-through window and don't necessarily have to be buzzed into the campus itself.
Another new measure is an additional security officer for the district, now totaling to 2 officers. They will also continue their school resource officer program with the Kilgore Police Department and continue the employee guardian plan, where trained and qualified school employees can carry a concealed firearm in the classrooms. And next month, the district will be getting intruder-resistant film to all entries and windows on all of their campuses.
It slows someone down. If they have ill intent to try to get in through a window, it's going to take them a lot of time to get through that window, which allows us time to react and take appropriate measures.
Associate Middle School Principal Lauren Thrasher says she feels more safe with these new measures.
There's all kinds of different things that are happening around the world, and we just want to stay on top of it, be proactive rather than reactive.
You know, some people might argue that it's not needed. Some people would argue that it is needed. It's just one additional conversation that we've had. What additionally can we do to keep our people safe while they're here in our Kilgore schools? And this is just an example of that, so we're excited about that.
Christine Guevara, KLTV 7 News.
First day of school for Kilgore ISD is August the 16th. Also near the Kilgore High campus, a road is closed due to construction at the high school. Longview Street is closed until August 11th. Crews are performing utility work on the road and are asking drivers to take an alternative route. Drivers can use Fitz Swanson Road, Kilgore Street, and Highway 42. Another possible route is through the neighborhood to the north and using School Street, Spell Street, King Highway, and Bell Street. Traffic control signage is in place to help drivers that are unfamiliar with that area.